Doing really good, Neil. Another beautiful day here in North Carolina.
Exactly. It's sunny. That's lucky if it's sunny.
Yeah, it's sunny right now, but I guess we're supposed to get some rain here tonight and possibly Monday. It gets
Okay.
cold Monday.
Okay. So our topic today is really an interesting one. How to sell your business without losing half the taxes. Why do so many business owners lose such a large portion of their sale profits to taxes?
Well, Neil, I've told everybody this all the time. You've got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, make one, and then you need to approve on it if you do have one. But because most owners don't plan early enough, that's the big problem too. I remember when I was speaking in Harvard back in 2017. I asked them, I said, "Would you rather have a tax deduction or pay capital gains tax when you sell your business?" And they said, "Well, how do you do that?" Well, it's not how, but who I know. But when you sell your business, you can hit with capital gains taxes, depreciation recapture, state taxes, and sometimes even additional Medicare taxes. Combine those, and you can lose 30 to 50% of the sales price to the IRS. Wealthy owners who plan ahead can also structure the sale using legal, IRS approved strategies to drastically reduce that burden. I mean, it's not complicated, but you've got to talk to people that are qualified and know how to implement these programs.
Absolutely, definitely. Question two, what are some of the biggest tax mistakes you see entrepreneurs make when they sell their businesses?
Well, the biggest mistake is waiting until after they've found a buyer. Once the sale is in motion, your options shrink. Others fail to use installment sales, charitable trust as an example, or prompted structured entities that can spread or defer gains. You don't have to pay all the taxes all at once. There's different ways to spread them out over the years. But too many owners cash out directly instead of repositioning the proceeds into tax advantage vehicles like cash value life insurance or annuities that preserve and grow the sale proceeds efficiently.
How can cash value life insurance help reduce or even eliminate taxes from a business sale?
Well, I've told this story many times. When Prince the Entertainer died, uh, he didn't have any plan. He had an exit plan. And what happens is the government takes all your assets and sells your assets to pay the taxes on your estate. And your beneficiaries maybe left to 25%. But the big problem about this too also is attorneys get 6 to 12% of that for legal fees. But cash value life insurance offers something few tools can. It has tax-free growth and tax-free assets. By funding a properly structured policy under IRS Code 7702, an owner can redirect some of the sales proceeds into an asset that grows tax deferred and can be used later for triggering without triggering additional taxes. Now, understand this, Neil. It also provides liquidity, protection, and legacy benefits, which are crucial for owners transitioning out of a business. And I've got 8 life insurance policies, Neil, and I use them for my retirement. The thing people don't understand, properly constructed cash value life insurance policies eliminate the risk in retirement, like sequence returns risk. The number one fear in retirement, running out of money before you run out of life. You're protected from lawsuits, liens, and judgments. It does not affect the taxation of Social Security or the means testing for Medicare Part B, which will be in the thousands. You're protected from market risk. You're protected from government risk uh, and tax risk. And people don't know about it. And by the time they start to do something, many times it's too late to take advantage of the whole thing. But people need to understand when you put this money that you would take out of a business and put it in a portfolio or something, all you're doing when you go to retire is you're compounding all the risk in retirement. Another one, long-term care, which is a huge risk. We can pay for long-term care for pennies on the dollar, Neil, with tax-free money because 90% of your death benefit can be used to be used for long-term care. Uh, and I know this for a fact because when my daughter-in-law died at age 39 of pancreatic cancer, had it not been for her terminal illness rider on her life insurance policy, which I knew nothing about at the time, my son, who was 100% disabled and not getting his disability until he hired an attorney 6 months after that, he would be bankrupt right now and took a huge financial strain off of me. But these are strategies out there that should be taught in high school, but they're not.
What role did annuities play for someone who's just sold their company?
Well, annuities. Fixed and fixed index. I do not deal with variable annuities. Their fees are high and they're tied to the market. But annuities, fixed indexed, are guaranteed lifetime income from a one-time windfall. And I'll give you an example how good this is. Let's say that you've got $1 million in a stock portfolio at 65, a 4% distribution rate. And I've said this many times, lasts for 30 years, indexed for inflation. Well, all my plans go to age 120, but you'd only need approximately $650,000 out of that $1 million stock portfolio to give you the same $40,000 a year. And that's guaranteed for life. And even, you're protected from market risk because we're not tied to the market. We use indexing strategies to grow our cash value. And when these indexing strategies goes up, they're locked in every year and you have an increase in income on a decreasing asset. And even if that accumulation value runs out, Neil, you still get guaranteed income for the rest of your life. You can't do that with a stock portfolio or anything else out there. But it's it gives you, you got to have guaranteed income in retirement, just to pay for the basics in life. And it's already been proven by a Harvard study that people with guaranteed income, whether it's whole life or index universal life or annuities, have a less stressful, happier, and healthier life because they don't have to worry about the ups and downs in the market.
Are there ways to combine these strategies to create a full post-sale wealth plan?
Absolutely, Neil. Many successful owners use a combination approach. They might place part of the proceeds into an annuity for guaranteed income, another portion to cash value life insurance for tax-free access and legacy, and the rest into trust or charitable vehicles or additional deductions. This creates protection, diversification, and control. And three things every wealthy retiree needs after selling a business. And people, they understand this. Cash value life insurance is the greatest wealth transfer vehicle available today, bar none. It's just like Prince the Entertainer. I don't think he had any insurance, but had he had that insurance, they would have paid that with a death benefit, which is pennies on the dollar, and his family would have gotten probably 70 to 80% of that estate.
Mm-hmm. What's the first step a business owner should take before selling their company?
Well, Neil, you need to start planning at least a year before the sale is possible. You can go to my website and use the retirement tax calculator to see your potential tax liability and look what it looks like after the sale. Then schedule a meeting with me. You can call me at 910-551-1046 or schedule a meeting with me on my website, which is www.strategicwealthstrategies.com. And my email is strategicwealth0@gmail.com. I do not charge for my consultations. It's all about education. But I have a team of people that I work with, top tax-specific attorneys and CPAs, and we collaborate together to come up with solutions for people's financial problems.
All right. That was the Strategic